Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find that this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. Also, chosen, if you want to have any tarot lessons or tarot sessions from me, if you have certain things that you want to tap into, if you want to look further into anything that might come out in this reading that could resonate with you in any way, or any subject for that matter, check the description box below for my email. I do have cards that I've created, which you will see some of them presented here today. I have t-shirts, hair and body oils, and miniature altars that I'll also create here myself. So if you want to order anything from me, check the description box, snita52415@gmail.com. That is the only email that I have available for you all to use at this time. So don't get scammed out there. So let's jump right into it, y'all. This message is specifically catered to those of you who are curious to know about that one particular karmic that's in your life that you've had a lot of issues with in this lifetime. I want to tap into the past life energy. I want to see what was your interaction with this person, what helped to start the beef between yourself and this person, why they have come back in this lifetime to bring more drama and craziness for you, and what lesson do you need to learn to ensure that you don't repeat another cycle with that particular person. Every karmic has multiple enemies, but there's always that one that tends to stay in your environment for a longer period of time because there could be some form of an attachment that makes it a little bit more difficult for you to close that chapter with that person. So we're going to get down to the bottom of it to help ensure that you don't have to deal with that type of cycle with this person again. So let's tap into it. First, I'm going to start off with my Declare and Decree deck. If you want this deck, you can always order it. You're going to write down whatever comes out and you're going to burn it. So this will be, what is the energy between yourself and that person? Ooh, that came out fast. All self-limiting beliefs are cleared from my energy of spirit and in flesh. Self-limiting beliefs. You could be limiting yourself. For whatever reason, it's something between yourself and that person that creates self-limiting beliefs. But that's what I was going to ask. What energy is hovering between yourself and that person that allows them to stay attached to you? So I'm going to take one more. Okay, I got two. I have curses. All curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. All curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. So they could be attached to you based on the curses that was placed over your lineage, by the powers that were, using the curses that are in Deuteronomy 28 specifically. Then I also have all fear of the unknown is now destroyed from my energy and spirit and in flesh. All fear of the unknown is now destroyed from my energy and spirit and in flesh. So there's some sort of limiting beliefs, a fear of the unknown, and curses that have bound you and this person together. So burn and release those things, okay? I destroy, you may start off with, I destroy and clear all of the following cord attachments that binds, all of the following cord attachments between myself and karmics in spirit and in flesh. So I destroy and clear all of the following cord attachments that have bound myself to karmics. And then just make a list of all of the things that have come out, okay? And then put in spirit and in flesh at the end and burn it. Now, let's jump right into it. My first question is the past life karmic cycle. So let's tap into the energy of that person in the past life. Who were they? So let's see what we can gather in terms of who this person was in the past life, okay? That karmic, that specific karmic that has given you hell for multiple seasons in this lifetime. And they're relentless. It's almost like their life purpose is to try to make your life hell. Who were they in the past life? I have the card of designer. Designer. Bottom of the deck, I have warlock. Right behind that, I have war or battle. Let me take the other one that's right behind that too. I have harlot. Okay. So they was a little loose. But they could have had some sort of gift of creativity, okay? They could have been some form of a designer. However, they were also a warlock, okay? So they performed spell work, magic, okay? They were a harlot, so they got around. And they were also someone who created a lot of war or battles, or they could have been a part of some sort of war or battles, or started a war or battle, because the question is, what kicked this whole thing off? So this is the energy of that person. Let's look into their character a little bit more. Let's see. Spiritual thief, steals from readers or spiritual people and creates fake accounts. This person was a spiritual thief, which makes sense because it says that they were a warlock. So it looks like they may have used their so-called gifts to try and take from you. They wanted to take your spiritual gifts. They knew that you possessed strong spiritual abilities even in your past life, okay? If you all go back and look at some of the past life readings that I have done, it did indicate that many of you out there were high priest, high priestess, medicine men, medicine women, and you had opposition. You ended up locked away, for a very long time because the so-called government was against you. But I wouldn't be surprised if this person right here wasn't involved in being that Judas to try, to kick all of that off against you. But either way, this person was a spiritual thief in a past life. They were very envious of your gifts. So they were definitely a warlock that was practicing on the low vibrational side of things, okay? Let's see what else comes out for this person's energy. Look at that, envy, jealous of someone else's success. So they were very envious of you in a past life. I'm strongly picking up that you all were in your purpose as a healer, as a teacher, as a shaman, high priest or high priestess. This person was very jealous of your gifts. Very jealous of your gifts. And so their ultimate objective in a past life was to try and steal your gifts from you or to replace you. Like you hear a lot of people talking about destiny swapping. Okay, so in the past life, they wanted what you had. So you may notice in this lifetime, because a lot of things, things just repeat themselves. There's nothing new under the sun. In this lifetime, this person may be trying to do what you're doing in this lifetime too. They could very well have been very jealous of you. Like you might have risen up, come out of your shell, stepped into your calling, especially if you're doing spiritual work. And this person watched you from afar, and now they're trying to mimic you. They're trying to mock you. They're trying to swap destinies with you because they're very envious and jealous of your success here. Let's see what else is coming out. This person was obviously a very low vibrational spirit in the past life as well. This says lockbox, closed in, trapped. See, that's why I told y'all. I feel like they played a very vital role in causing you to go into imprisonment in your past life. I'm going to clarify that card with a different deck. Let me see something. Lockbox, closed in, trapped. See, they wanted you trapped and locked away because they were so envious of your gifts and your success and your spiritual abilities. They wanted it for themselves here. Lockbox. Lockbox is clarified by Egyptian. Maybe they were connected to Egypt in some way. Lockbox is clarified by enslaved. See? They could have been more connected to the Egyptian traditions, right? They could have learned a lot of their spiritual practices from that particular belief system or that particular structure. But they definitely wanted you enslaved. Lockbox is clarified by Egyptian enslaved, okay? They wanted you enslaved here because that's what prison is. It's enslavement. So let me see. I want to see, how did you know this person in your past life? How did you know them directly? Because they had a lot of envy in their heart towards you because of your spiritual gifts. They had a reputation for trying to steal from spiritualists, though, to steal their gifts, to steal their reputation, to steal their success. Um, how did you know this person in your past life? Damn. Commitment. Some of you were actually in a relationship, a romantic relationship with this person in your past life. So if you find that that one person in this lifetime that's giving you hell is someone that you had a relationship with, here they are, back again, full-fledged and in the flesh, same thing they did in the past life. Now consider, I'm going to try to remember to leave the link below in the comments so that you all can go back and revisit the past life reading that I did. It wasn't directly connected to these karmics. It was just for you specifically, but it did show that there was a partnership where two people turned their backs towards each other because one person's belief was in this direction while the other person was taking another path. And so it caused separation between the two people. I feel like there was a lot of jealousy that this person had of you. Even though y'all was connected on a romantic level, they was jealous of you because of your spiritual gifts. And it's no different in this lifetime, y'all. Let's see. How else did you know this person in the past life? Look at this. Miserable. Wakes up just to project their misery onto someone else. They was miserable as hell. You will wake up next to this person in your past life and they will come up with ways to try and make your life hell. Why was they so damn miserable? What was their problem? I mean, I understand they was jealous and envious of you, but why were they so miserable? Habitual time waster, keeps coming back in the same energy, but no offer. This person was doing nothing but wasting their time. They never changed, okay? And if you walked away from this person multiple times in your past life, every time they came back in the same miserable ass energy. Because apparently they was attracting a lot of karma to themselves. But they was wasting your time often in the past life. Let me see, why were they so envious of you? Why were they so envious of you? Because it says jealous of someone else's success. So we see they was jealous of your success. It says condescending, talks down to you. It feels like they could have been very jealous of your intellect, okay? Maybe they perceived your intellect, your wisdom as being condescending. They felt like you was talking down to them. I feel like it was because they was just jealous of the fact that you just had a lot of wisdom. You possessed a lot of spiritual understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That was your gift. And so this is what aggravated them the most because it made them feel less intelligent being in your presence, chosen. Let's see. Why were they so envious of you? 8 of Wands, because things were moving forward for you. Like you was always having progress and forward movement in your life. I feel like this person was always stuck. Okay. They were always stuck, but you were always pushing forward, full-fledged, focused on your passions in your past life. Let me see. I'm going to get one more as to why they were envious of you. The Emperor. Hello. Okay. You were on, it's like you're a boss. The Emperor is the Aries. Okay. I love Emperor energy. This is you. You were a boss, a leader. People looked up to you, okay? You carried yourself with royalty. This is someone who is truly loyal. They're honest. They are committed to the things that they set out to do. They value their reputation. So this is not the type of person, you were not the type of person where you would be running the streets. You would be constantly causing problems for others. You would be constantly in misery trying to find ways to wreak havoc for others. No, you were a leader in your past life. And you sat very powerfully on your throne when you was dealing with this particular person. They did not like that you was a boss and a leader and very confident, very royal. They didn't like that about you. So they always felt that anything you said to them, they felt like you was being condescending. I don't care if you tried to give them advice on how to clip their toenails. They still felt like you was talking down to them because they envied your intellect. They envied just the way that you would articulate your words, the way that you sat up straight, the way that you walked into a room, the way that you commanded power and respect. All of that was very, it really pointed out this person's insecurities. And so in order to make themselves feel better, they began to work up against you. Now let's just see, what did they do? What did they do to start this war off, okay? What started this war? What kicked off this war between yourself and this person? Because that's a shame. I really do feel like, the Emperor, because this was your energy in a past life, you were good to this person, but you didn't take no shit at the same time. That's the thing. So this person, they kept making promises that they would change. Your hopes was that they would be able to meet you on this level right here, but they never did. They never did. What kicked off this war? I have the card of protect. I feel like you began to protect your energy from this person. This says trust your intuition. Yeah, you started to protect your energy because you started to realize something just wasn't right about this person's energy. You started to realize, like, this person is just miserable every damn day. Why are they so disappointed? Why are they constantly waking up to try to wreak havoc for, you or other people? Like, you watch them do this on a regular basis. And it was like, what is their problem? And so when you started to protect yourself, listen to your intuition, I feel like you started doing spiritual work to protect your energy from this person, recognizing, you started to realize that they was a spiritual thief, and that spiritually they may have been doing some things that you came into realization of. Let me see. That's what kicked off the war. Simply because you decided to protect your energy and listen to your intuition, it started a war between you and this person. Let me see. What kicked off the war? So I have sister here. Somebody's sister could have gotten involved in this. They could have had a messy sister. Let me see. Let me clarify sister. Let me clarify sister. Because they could have a messy sister in this lifetime too that you don't like. Death. Sister and death. So what I'm picking up with protect and listen to your intuition, somebody could have had a sister that died prematurely. And maybe your intuition told you that somehow they was connected to it. Something triggered you that made you protect your energy here. I have imprisonment. Imprisonment.
You are.
Let me clarify imprisonment. Keep you stuck. Yeah. I know that they did what they could to get you locked up. They wanted you stuck. They didn't want you to be able to move around. I'm telling you. I don't know if they took their sister out and tried to blame you, or if it's something going on here with the sister's deaths, all for money. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck says to avoid jail time. You might have noticed. I feel like maybe you noticed that they did something. They probably did some wicked shit in a past life to one of their sisters. And you decided to protect your energy from this person, recognizing that they was just miserable and that they woke up every day to try to harm people. And so they could have done something to their sister where they took their sister's life prematurely or something like that. And they probably used some sort of money or some sort of payout to avoid imprisonment for themselves, though. But it could also be that if they took on some sort of contractual agreement to where it's like, okay, they make a pact with the powers that were, right? And the powers that were say, okay, but there's a sacrifice that's needed. So if you're going to be able to get up out of this situation, then you're going to need to sacrifice somebody that you are close to or whatever. They could have chose you, because this is a Judas right here. Just like in a biblical text, when it talks about Judas getting the 10 pieces of silver. I don't know how many pieces of silver he got, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't worth taking somebody's life. This person is the type of person where they probably did some shiesty stuff to someone either that you were related to or someone that they was related to. And in order to avoid imprisonment, they got paid. They paid off someone or they might have gotten paid to take somebody out. But regardless, they wanted to avoid imprisonment. And so I feel like they ended up trying to project their karma off onto you to keep you stuck. Because at this point, they was already envious of you anyway. So there was no love in this connection at all. It was all envy and how can they sabotage you? Okay. So let me see something here. So if you notice that this person has a sister in this lifetime, they could have had a lot of karma that they had to play out between themselves and that specific sister, to where they probably had to go to jail for that sister, right? In a way where something could have kicked off, and now in this lifetime they spent a lot of time back and forth in prison. It could very well be that the reason why they've had so many issues with the judicial system in this lifetime is because that was their karma for what they did to their sister or your sister in the past life, because they never served their time in the past life. So in this lifetime, they're making up for lost time. Okay. But let me just see. I'm going to clarify imprisonment, and then I'm going to move on and see what else do you need to know about your connection to this person. Look at this. Shaman. You always felt out of place. You were a shaman. I told you were a shaman. You always felt out of place, but you always felt out of place with this person too. You felt out of place in a lot of areas of your life, okay? You likely was the black sheep in your past life as well, but you were a shaman, you were a spiritualist, and you always felt out of place in your relationship to this person. You couldn't really relate to them, okay? Because you had risen your vibration so high that you ended up becoming the emperor or the empress in your past life. And so in this energy, you end up attracting a lot of people who are inspired by you. You end up doing great things. You become a leader. You become wealthy. You know, you attract good karma, right? But this person had created so much negative karma for themselves that in order to avoid their own karma, they put it off onto you, chosen. So they decided to turn you in. They decided to sacrifice you. And in order to keep you stuck, they did the unthinkable to lock you away. They did the unthinkable to lock you away because the whole objective was to keep you stuck. Okay? This person, yeah, they wanted you enslaved. They hated the power that you possessed here. Okay? They hated it. I feel like this goes back even further beyond the lifetime that I'm tapping into right now. Because when we're looking at Egyptian versus, remember in the other reading, you came out as Native American, okay? That came out very, very strongly in the other reading. So I just feel like your belief systems, the way that you practice was very different. But this person, not saying that there's anything wrong with the Egyptian way of practicing things, but what I'm saying is this person pulled out all of the negatives. They perverted the entire practice because for them, it was all about being a spiritual thief. They had a point to prove. And in this lifetime, that's exactly what they do here. They may have accumulated knowledge from different religious sects or, religious belief systems, and they take it and they use it to their advantage to try to put on this front to the world that they have this wisdom, but they don't apply any of it. Behind the scenes, they're miserable. And they're doing everything possible to make other people's lives miserable. And in this lifetime, they are likely surrounded by a lot of miserable people. Okay? And so that's their karma. Because they created misery for people in their past life, they have to spend a large portion of their lifetime here surrounded by miserable people. And so this person was very jealous of your gifts. Let's see what else is coming out here. So you ended up, what started the war is that you protected your energy from this person because you started to see that they was involved in some shiesty stuff, okay? And you listened to your intuition. I feel like you removed your energy from this person in the past life. Look at this. Miss Perfect thinks they are better than you. It was all about, again, it was all about competition. They were so mad. But see, this is what they were saying about you. When you left and you straightened out your crown, and you decided to get back on your throne and to stay focused on your purpose, they started going around saying that you thought you was better than them. And so this is why they wanted you locked away and enslaved. This is more the reason why they was willing to sacrifice you in a past life, because they hated It's not that you thought you was better than them. It's the fact that they knew you were better than them. You were better than them in a sense that you had integrity. You practiced self-love. You were a leader. You were true to what you said. If you was out here teaching people, which you were as a shaman, you wasn't just giving lip service. You were true to who you said you were, okay? Behind the scenes, people could see you. They could watch you as a fly on the wall, and they would understand that you were true to who you say you are, who you tell the world you are. This person was mad about that because you have real integrity. You're not just out here giving lip service. And that's what made them pissed off, because even though they had a certain amount of spiritual wisdom, they never applied it to become a better version of themselves. And that's why they were so miserable. Mistress, viewed as the enemy in a third-party relationship. So they could have had some form of a mistress or someone on the sideline. You know, of course they did, you know, because if they're envious of you and envious of your spiritual gifts, then why wouldn't they go and entertain themselves with someone who can inflate their ego a little bit more? Because they know damn sure you wasn't about to do it. You wasn't interested in, you know, inflating this person's ego. You too focused on your mission and your purpose. And so they likely slept around. Oh, that makes sense. Remember, we did have the card that defined them as being a harlot, okay? So in the past life, this person was very promiscuous, very loose. They put a lot of mouths on themselves, spiritually and physically, in a past life. And so because this person was so jealous and insecure in your presence, they had to go and find low vibrational people who could inflate their ego. It made them feel like they were something if they could get somebody to lay down with them, like a dog. Okay? Like a dirty dog. So, okay, that's too many cards. Let me see. So ultimately, let me see what you ended up doing. What closed out the cycle between yourself and this person in a past life? And then I want to see why they came back in this one. And what you need to do in order to completely close that chapter so that y'all don't repeat another lifetime together. So what closed out the chapter between yourself and this person in your past life? Look at this. It says done, completion, lesson learned. You turned your back on this person. You learned your lesson. You walked away from this person. I feel like the moment that you walked away from them is the moment that they decided that they wanted to get revenge against you. And so they could have very well planted some things on you, lied about you, and decided to sacrifice you and sell you off to the highest bidder. And that's how the imprisonment became a part of your fate, because they ended up working with the powers that were against you, knowing that you was out here changing lives, healing people, helping people. The reason why this is how the cycle was closed. You turned your back on them. You did learn your lesson. You turned your back on this person. Let me see. Look at that. Conceited, thinks everybody wants them. Does this not look like the warlock that it describes them to be? Not saying that a warlock has a particular look, but based on the, you know, the animated look. This is the energy that they was in, conceited, thinking that everybody wanted them. So they thought you still wanted them, even though you had closed out that chapter. Let me see. I have moving, physical location change. Yeah, you left. You left. You probably went and got you a new home, or you just went ahead and left them the keys. Like, look, I'm out of here. But you definitely relocated and left this person. And then I have TikTok deadline. Time is running out. So I feel like they were concerned, like, okay, you had been gone. You know, they was probably used to you constantly coming back and welcoming them back into your life, because remember the card said they keep leaving but coming back with the same energy. Yeah. A habitual time waster keeps coming back in the same energy. So this time you decided you was not going to let this person back into your life. And so I have male detective. They could have had somebody watching you. They could have been stalking you. Let me see. This says convenient friend, not a true friend. They could have sent somebody around you that would ultimately become a Judas in your life as well. I feel like there was somebody else that they probably called in to come into your energy once you walked away from them. But let me see. I want to look into one more for how things ended, and then I'm going to tap in and see why are they in your life in this lifetime. I don't want to make this message too long because then it takes forever to upload. Look at this. Why it ended? Because they was working with the enemy. Look at this. Bottom of the deck says they wanted your life. This person became so desperate and so angry at the fact that you didn't want to deal with their trifling ass anymore that they decided that they wanted your life. They started working with your enemies, okay? And that's why I'm saying they could have had like people that was watching you with this male detective card here. They was watching you and fake friends was around you. You had fake people that was surrounding you, convenient friend, not a true friend though, that just failed, okay? And so their entire objective, once you left and walked away from them, was to bring your life down to nothingness. That was their goal. And so they really wanted your life. They was working with the enemy. Let me see. 10 of Pentacles in a reverse. Yeah, because they realized that they would not be able to gain the inheritance that you had been able to accumulate, because the Emperor does very well. Financially, they lack for nothing. Even the Empress, same energy. There is no lack. So I feel like this person was very disappointed that you cut ties with them. They started working with your enemies to try and take you up out of here. But ultimately what ended up happening is that you ended up in prison because they put something on you that was not, you had nothing to do with that, because the Emperor would never put themselves into a position to go to prison. Never. Okay? Unless they're doing something from righteousness, right? And you just have a system that's up against you because they hate that you are a rebel, that you are righteous. But I'm talking about just doing stupid stuff in the street, just being dumb. You would never put yourself in that position as an emperor or empress in your past life. And so this is showing that they pinned something on you here. They started working with the enemy against you. So your enemy would have naturally been the government, naturally, because the government has always had an issue with shamans, healers, high priest, high priestess, right? And so that's how the imprisonment happened. This person that you was connected to, that you was supposed to be in a commitment with, was your Judas, okay? You slept with the enemy in your past life. Now, why did they come into this lifetime? What the heck was you supposed to learn with this person in this lifetime? Because what I'm picking up, you learned your lesson with this person in the past life. So this lifetime, it wasn't for you to necessarily learn your lesson from them. It was for them to learn their lesson from you, because this lifetime they have to reap the judgment. They have to go through their judgment based on what they did not face in the previous lifetimes of trying to work up against you. So they would ultimately come back into union with you in this lifetime, cause a whole bunch of bullshit in your life in this lifetime, be a harlot, and be in the same energy, okay? Same energy in this lifetime, jealous of your gifts, jealous of your success, jealous of your spiritual understanding, and they would try to cause miserable situations for you every chance they get. But this would be their last chance to do that, because now they have to go through the karma of not just what they did to you in this lifetime, but what they did to you in previous lifetimes. So I strongly feel that this lifetime, that cord is cut. Just like the previous message that I just left for y'all, the karmic contracts end here in 2024 and through 2025. Karmic contracts are done. They're over with, okay? Why did they come in this lifetime? Malicious, refuses to take responsibility and tries to ruin your reputation. In this lifetime, they knew subconsciously, the spiritual nature of this person knew that you will continue where you left off in your past life, because you didn't get a chance to finish because you was imprisoned and locked away. So in this lifetime, you will come back as that high priest, that high priestess, that healer, that shaman, that wise man, wise woman. And so now their objective in this lifetime is to be malicious and to try to ruin your reputation, because they refuse to take responsibility for what they have done against you, not just from this lifetime, but all previous lifetimes. So they thought that they was going to finish where they left off. That's what they thought. But see, that's what they did in the past life. They ruined your reputation because they imprisoned you in a past life. Okay? They imprisoned you in a past life. They worked with the enemy. See, in this lifetime, they wanted to cause money issues for you. They wanted you to be in a position where you had nothing in this lifetime. That was their objective, to try and ruin your reputation, because many of you have created very strong foundations for yourself. You got your own businesses out there. You are strongly in your purpose. So they watched you rise in this lifetime. They're very, very jealous of your success, because in this lifetime, they are now, the tables have turned drastically, where they are lack. They are in lack. They are surrounded by miserable people. They are surrounded by broken people. You know, they're in a company of the same people that they needed to be in a company of, because they never had the right to be in the presence of a chosen seed such as yourself. So this is, let me see, betrayal, throws you under the bus. I mean, when I tell you they came into this lifetime with a vengeance towards you, I can't imagine that you would have had a relationship with this person that wasn't full of hellfire, and just straight turmoil. I can't imagine that you had a good relationship with this person in this lifetime. You probably, when I tell you the amount of vengeance in this person for returning into your life in this lifetime is fueled with hatred, jealousy, envy, spitefulness, and wanting to get back at you at all costs. And it's sad, because it's like, damn, they didn't get enough in a past life. Like literally, you ended up in prison in a past life. They didn't get enough. So in this lifetime, they're mad because they know that this is the completion of that cycle for you. So they're trying to drag you down with them, because everything that they are getting ready to go through, they are afraid to do it alone without your energy. It's almost like they lived each lifetime. They only existed to try and bring you down, chosen. This is a miserable soul here. Page of Wands in the reverse. Very evil and wicked, diabolical person. And then I have here obsession, must have indulgence. They're obsessed with you. That's why they keep returning from one lifetime to the next. They came back into this one because they are freaking obsessed with you. So if you notice that this is the type of person that stalks the hell out of you, and even from a distance, when you tell them that you're done, they still try to find ways to wreak havoc in your life, or they're constantly watching and monitoring you. If you're on social media, you know, this person, they are obsessed with you, chosen. They are obsessed with trying to make your life hell, and they are obsessed with you. So let me just see. I'm going to take one more card for why they returned in this lifetime. I feel like they returned so that they can continue the foolery while you continue to rise, because they can't stop you this lifetime. We're in the age of Aquarius now. They can't stop you in this lifetime. See, it says extreme, harsh, cut off. They get cut in this lifetime. When I tell you it's extreme, it's harsh, it's unexpected, they never seen it coming, it blows their ego into shreds, okay? Messes them all the way up. So now the cutoff has taken place. The contract has been severed. What do you need to do to ensure that you do not spend another lifetime with this person? I'm sure that you won't, though, because you've risen into your divinity, and in spite of their efforts to try to drag you to hell with them, you still ended up rising into your purpose, chosen. And the Most High has been rewarding you openly in front of this person, and they're so jealous. They're so jealous because the Most High ensured that in this lifetime, you will see your wealth. You will see your abundance. You will see your peace. You will see those healthy relationship dynamics. You will be able to realize those things in this lifetime. And it's because you have done so much good, so many good things in your past lives, that you deserve this. You deserve what's coming to you and what you're able to relish in right now, chosen. Just like they deserve what's happening with them. See, this says caution. A karmic person is resurfacing. The way that you can ensure that you do not repeat another karmic cycle with this person is to remain cautious of this person's energy, because it says a karmic person is resurfacing. They will always try to resurface into your life, chosen. They will spend the rest of this lifetime trying to resurface in hopes that they could create another karmic cycle with you so that they can replay this energy in the next lifetime. So be cautious, knowing that they're going to continue to try to resurface because they simply have an obsession with you. They have an obsession with wanting to be you. Okay? Like I said, this person is a copycat. They're a spiritual thief. And so they try, they monitor you, they watch you, they observe you, they study you very closely, and with the desire to regurgitate what you say. But the Most High sees them. The Most High sees that they don't practice what they preach. They talk about cleanliness. They talk about being, a vessel and taking care of yourself, when in fact they're behind the scenes being a harlot every chance they get, sucking down alcohol, as often as they can, addictive behavior patterns, every addiction you could think of, this person has engaged in. Every malicious thing that you can think of, this person has done. Meanwhile, when the Most High looks at your reputation, chosen, you are true to who you say you are. True to who you say you are. How are you going to overcome? This says flexibility. You'll need to see in the dark to maneuver the coming changes. While it seems extreme, hang in there. This too shall pass. This is a picture of a bat. It's giving me vampire energy. Okay, what do vampires do? They come in to siphon, to drain you, to take your life source energy. Pay attention. Do the spiritual work that's necessary, because this person is definitely sending the evil eye in hopes that they can take from you. Okay, let me take one more card. If y'all want me to do a part 2 to this message, leave a comment below. Let me know. Okay, this says wish, hope, praying, yearning. In this lifetime, stay in alignment with your manifestations. Keep on staying directly connected to the Most High and your spiritual team. Okay, stay prayed up. Stay in that high vibrational energy. Stay in alignment with your calling and your purpose as a healer, a shaman, a teacher, a high priest, a high priestess, whoever you are out there. Stay in alignment with that energy. Don't allow this person to come in to trigger you. Heal your inner child. Make sure that you remain balanced, because they're going to try to resurface over and over again. They will keep popping up because they're stalkers, okay? But you will maintain that caution. You will maintain that separation. You have learned that lesson in this lifetime, and you are not looking back. They will not get to repeat another cycle with you. So that's my message for you all. I hope that it brought you clarity. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think in terms of what cycles you've seen repeat based on what's come out concerning the past life and how it is playing out in this lifetime for you. I love you all, and I'll talk to y'all next time.